Hi guys! So I'm back with more information about my wedding, and one of the questions that's still really up in the air for me is how I'm going to do my hair. I sort of have a good grip on everything else, but I am really growing my hair is like one of my hobbies, and I love growing it, and I really want to show it off on that day. I want to do something that's really fancy looking, but that also shows how long it is. It is, whoa, very long. It goes about most of the way down my butt. It's not quite to the bottom of my butt yet. I think by August it may be, although thin at the ends, so I'm trying to figure out how to do something that will be you know, like a half up and half down so that it looks fancy, but you can still see how long it is, because I'd love to see that in the pictures. So I came up with a few ideas from looking around Pinterest, so I'm gonna test them out and see how they look. So here's the first one. That's called a perimeter braid. Or I guess it's a cage braid also. So I looked at the girl's instructions of how she did it, and I am going to attempt to do the same, see what happens. So, let's see, I'm trying to speed this up, but it was a lace braid, only taking from one side of the head. So that part, you know, it's like a French braid, but you only take sections on one side and keep it forward instead of moving back. So this is what gives it a lot of flow. And the other side. One of my concerns is how to keep it even on both sides to make sure there's the same amount of looseness. So hopefully just going straight down again will do what it is supposed to do. It looks pretty funny in this in-between stage. So again, I'm only pulling hair from the side closest to my face in an otherwise French braid, and leaving, when I do the side further away, not taking any hair in, and going straight down with it. Oh, that does look really funny, doesn't it? There's a lot of volume on the side of my face. Okay, so now I've fastened off the braids at the bottom. And what you do is take them both back and pin. And then probably going to need help from somebody else to pin down some of the length and make sure that those braids stay together and look nice, but I'm liking so far how it looks from the front. And I think I could use a little bit of work on getting the side bits even so they stick out a little bit more here, but how does it look from the back? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to watch this video in a minute and see whether you can see the back and what it looks like. So that is hairstyle number 1. Now I'm going to do number 2, and I want to see your comments to tell me what one you like best. Okay, on to the next one. Alright, another day, another hairstyle. I had to wait to try this next one because I needed to pick up a bunch of new hair elastics. You know, as with everyone, losing them all over the place, so I could only find 2 or 3 at a time and need a lot for this style. So here's the picture that I found. And I posted this on my Facebook group for ladies who love long hair and got some advice about what to do with it. So Torrin Page makes fantastic tutorial videos on hairstyles, and she just has a whole bunch of them, way more than I have. I have a few, but not like her. So she said that the front part is a Dutch lace 5-strand headband. And she has a tutorial for doing a 3-strand lace regular headband. So I'm going to try that today because I don't know how to do 5-strand. Well, actually, I'm going to try the Dutch, which is like a reverse French braid, and just see how that looks, because I think that will still give me a good idea, and later on I can experiment with trying to do 5 strands. But let's see. So she said to pick a pretty good chunk section here, and to start kind of below the ear a little bit. Move the hair over, but let's see. Alright, so what makes it a lace braid is that you're only pulling hair from one side, and what makes it a Dutch braid is that we're going to tuck hair from the sides under instead of over. So, I'm going to start with, we're taking hair from only the front of my head and not the back. And taking very small strands, which is something else that Torn Page recommended. Oh, keeping this even is going to be a challenge, I think. Get it really anchored, and then continue on with just the regular braid all the way down to the end. Alright, it's looking pretty cute from the front so far. I do need to re-dye my hair. You can see some gray coming in there. All the red in my hair is henna. I dye my hair with henna instead of store dyes because I think it's healthier for my hair. It's also permanent, and hey, I've always wanted to be a redhead, so I have a lot of fun with henna. Could definitely use some tightening up. Next time I do it, I'm going to make a smaller braid up over the top there. And hair elastic. Okay, good enough. Alright, so then we are going to take this behind the ear, wrap around, bring it up, tuck under, and pin, which I couldn't find my bobby pins right now, so I'm going to pin with these clippies, but you know, for the final product I will use real bobby pins if I end up going with this hairstyle. Okay, so far so good. The next step to make it like the one in the picture is to create a kind of netting with my own hair, and you know, couldn't find instructions for that because you try looking up hairnet and just take a guess what you get. But it looks like it's pretty simple to figure out how to do. So let's see. Start with taking a section here. And then section here. one moment. Well, that was somebody at the door with a package, which is probably wedding related. I'm going to check that out in a moment. And one more over here. Then, what we need to have happen is split that in half, split that in half, one here, make sure I don't get tangles. And then the other half from here with, well, the whole one. Should I do the whole one? Should I try to split again? I'll probably try to split again. Not looking at the picture, so uncertain. I think one of the challenges is going to be keeping these even as I go across my head, since I can't see what I'm doing. So then that half goes to this half. I'll have to look at the picture again and see what they did about the sides. Oh man, I've already confused myself. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, I'm seeing some problems with this one. Not being able to see what I'm doing is a problem, being able to kind of continue down is a problem. So if I were to do this style, I would probably need to get someone's help. And I'm not really sure what they did about the sides or how far down you go to sort of show off length, but anyway, that's the basic idea. I've got a lace headband, which this thing will be sticking up, and the kind of net effect across the back of the hair, which would keep it from blowing around in the wind and getting all tangled and stuff, which is part of my concern. So, what do you think? Which of these two styles do you think would be best for me to use on my wedding day? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.